Early on, I was exposed to sex, and more sex. And although my parents were together, grew up in that nice home and all, their relationship broke and they divorced. One reason why I'm not into marriage. Seeing the theme of divorce from my grandparents' broken relation always involving other women in the picture, I thought, where did they go wrong? The last relationship I had, where I was getting serious, involved all kinds of emotions that was new to me. I snuck around like a sneak and cheated, and this made me feel like a loser. And with that, I became insecure of myself and thought, if I could do it, so could she. So boom, I pushed her right into the arms of another. Although she told me they was friends, with my constant questions and accusations, I think I made her interested in him. And then I felt it. It was jealousy. I wish I knew about yoga and Pilates back then. Not only would I have been around many beautiful women, but I would have been able to relax through the uncomfortable feelings love stirred up. I didn't like the feeling of jealousy. And I did a little too much when I first felt it, even getting drunk and high, jumping out a window and breaking my ankle. After I got a little better and had a jump off for twice or thrice, I got back to my old relationship. But this time, I embraced my fear and uncomfort. I told my girl to be with him if she wanted, and we could see other people. It was crazy because after about a week later, I tried to change my mind. But she answered the phone and said with confidence, she wants to be with us both. What? It was different hearing those words from a woman's mouth. That used to be my line. Well, at least in my head. Ever since I could remember, I always had two women in my life. One day while in junior high school, dating the first girl I ever kissed, not really in a relationship, more like what I call a relay, Simone. She popped up unexpected, and this was the same time I was dating Blanca. I was in the back room with Blanca trying to suck on her titties, which she never let me, and here comes Simone, sexy with the big titties, who always throw it into my face to suck. Yo, she loved when I licked and kissed on them chocolate Hershey's. I had one of those two-way kitchens though, you know what I'm saying, that led to the exit door. Or like you could go around the other way to the living room. You know what I'm saying? And I told Blanca, we gotta go, because I heard her at the door telling her it's my mom's and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I took her through the hall as Simone was talking with my sister in her living room. And as soon as Simone headed to my room, I could hear her footsteps and all of that coming from to the kitchen. Yo, we dipped out the door. We sat in the staircase, and I tried again to get in her bra. I want to suck on her titties so bad. It was a total different shape than Simone's. And Blanca was like one of them black Muslims, all reserved, a virgin. And just to see a woman like that, getting wet, melting as I licked her probably red nipples, being that she was light-skinned and all, you know what I'm saying, that would have been so pleasurable. I would have probably gave her and Simone the world. What I mean is, having many women motivates me. It motivates me not only to give the women all they need, but to change the whole for yucking planet in favor of our people. It's deep, but after she turned down my melon sucking for the 9th time, I say I'm out. Making up some reason I gotta go. Like, I'm meeting with some friends to break light bulbs in the train station, baby. Later on that day, I found out my sister told Simone about Blanca. How I'm with them both. She blew up the whole spot. My sister did things like that cause I used to mess with all her friends and mess up like the little friendships she was trying to make, and I just turned the whole joint into drama. So Simone took off after Blanca, and how they got in a big fight downtown, where Blanca's sister jumped in and Simone was like like handling them though. Like she was fighting them both, like, and it was getting like wow, like she was getting all these hard hits and all that. I mean, that's what I heard. And then you know what I'm saying? It was crazy because it's like she started pulling Blanca's long hair. Yo, after the smoke cleared, Blanca was feeling away like she got hurt, and I'm over here chilling, problem free. So, you know what I'm saying? She done brought her brother up to my school to get at me. Fighting is not like the movies. I looked at myself in the mirror and how my chipped tooth stabbed a hole in my bottom lip. When I got uppercutted, I was like, yo, how did love turn into this? It took me a little bit of time to get over them both, being that the nostalgia was on high every time I smelled Blanca's fragrance blowing as I walked past the African Muslims selling oils on Atlantic Avenue. I miss how it made me feel when Simone and I was together, how she would regularly ride me and get her titties sucked. Ice cream. I got over them though, when I found two more. Actually, next door neighbors, which I learned wasn't a good idea when the drama popped off again. I was starting to think it just came with the territory. It took me some time to truly understand the dynamic of being with two or more women at the same time. But it all made sense one day when my new girl, Carla, found out my passcode and I caught her checking my voicemail. She heard the other women. Suddenly, she was acting all jealous but not letting on to the fact she knew. Yes, it all made sense watching her lie about my lies. It just came to me like a song I wrote. It's natural for a man to desire more than one woman. What's not natural is a man sneaking around living a lie or being deceitful. Be straight up from the beginning and tell her if we are not married, then that means we are single. And I can talk and be with anybody I choose. And give her the okay to be free also. Being honest and straight up didn't solve my problems though. There was more fights, more arguments, more brokenness from anger and traumas and confusion. And it all was starting to get too crazy. Then I thought about motherfucking King Solomon in the Holy Bible. How did he manage all of the women? Where did he meet them? How did his women fall in love with him? Then boom, I realized I needed wisdom. I knew it wasn't money, cause look what they did to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. The drama kept coming cause I needed understanding. I wasn't schooled in the art of dating multiple women, so I knew nothing. So how could I graduate? In the Bible, it says all things are possible. All things. I studied the Bible over and over and over again. I obsessed over it. I read it even while crossing the street. After seeing many heartbreaks, after seeing broken relationships and almost 80% of marriages down the drain due to the fact that a man wanted more than one woman, I had to get to the bottom of this. I had to find love. And I had to find love and ask him why it's not working. Like, why it's not working like how King Solomon had it and like Jesus. Why did I have this super desire to be with thousands of women, and why did women have a problem with it? Did the world think they knew love, but it actually never knew? But yet they were trying to teach us. God is love. Does God make love? And with who? God is single, right? We was made in his image, right? I had to find God and get the answer to my many questions. So I studied and learned from trial and error. I spent most of my time sweet talking women and in between times studying King Solomon's Proverbs, trying to make a connection to how he was able to have these beautiful women and them living in harmony and what it was like. Did he have drama too? And how did he deal with it? This is what I found. It may seem like a hard job to care for multiple women, but really, it's easy to do. I met Dominique while randomly walking around the shopping area in between stores. I always look for something about the woman that makes my heart beat a little harder than usual. She had this clean look, somewhat like an escort, being that I can see her body under her tight trench coat, covered all the way up to her neck and in a way like she was naked under. But one thing that I noticed different was she had no bag. And women like this would never put herself in a position where ordinary men can get the access to her. But me, I'm not ordinary. As she lingered around looking suspect, like she really wanted to shop, I paid her no attention at first but put myself in position for her to come my way. As she walked towards me, I asked, "Can I ask you a question about love?" It was a risk that she would say no and keep it moving, but that only depends on my level of bait. A man must have the proper things in place in order to get, keep, and satisfy his women. He must be holy. He must get to know the women. He must be honest about his intent. He must be healthy and in shape. He must be well dressed, groomed, and smell good. He must have money to move around and have fun. He must have freedom to come and go as he pleases. He must have a magic place to make love. He must have privacy. He must have sex enhancement skills and knowledge to stay up. Dating many women is like a career, a job, a business. It's work, but it's very rewarding, like 6 figures and bonuses every year. It starts off as a job where you have certain responsibilities such as going running and working out regularly. You hate to do it, but the pay at the end of the year, it's like it makes it so worth it.
Oh, yeah.
You sit down and have Bible study dates. You weeding out the women based on who's listening to God and who don't. You stop by a few spots to discipline children. You know what I'm saying? You fix up honey's wall or something. You handle the plumbing. Yes, dating multiple women is like a career in a way where you specialize in sweet talking and spiritual therapy that helps her with problems, bringing forth growth and promotions and a life full of enjoyment and purpose. Dating many women is also like a business where you customize yourself and all the women with individual plans, goals, and strategic upgrades to bring forth a love monopoly. But why? Why did I have this desire? What is it for? The first thing you would think is a man wants to have many women because of the pleasure and the variety of making love. But God told me the reason a man has this desire is because it's needed to build his kingdom. Whoever has the women rules. It's that simple. It's like a tool in the garden. That's why they called hoes. I needed mad hoes, yo.